Okay, I'm gonna update my chicken coop orchard garden vlog. It is middle of summer. Feels like worse than summer here in Florida. But anyways, this is what I got going. Still early morning. It's about 8 o'clock. Wanted to get out here earlier, but I was wanting to work out. So I got my workout done. I won't have the strength later on. So, just so I can update my YouTube channel here. Here's what we got. I got nine chickens, white. I got five white chickens, and then four of the first flock. The brown ones are the first flock we bought last year. We had originally 10, but you tend to lose them over time. Anyways, this is what I got. The update. The cosmetics of my perimeter fence, all of the fencing here, is still not done. I've been concentrating. They're safe in there now. There's I think there's only a small bird that got in there somehow. He was able to finally get out. That's what my wife said. But anyways, there's some stuff up there on the top side where I kind of put extra fencing in, but I'm not done with that yet. I still got to put another on these two end poles here. I still got to put the sprinkler system. You can see that. So it'll reach out to this area. So I'm going to work on that right now. Simply because now I got my barbecue right here. I was barbecuing last week, but it's not on a good base. And you see this hole right there. I actually had tried to trench across here when things were still arranged differently. So I want to get that all leveled out, but I can't level out because I dug that earlier, so I can get my piping in there. So I'm going to work on my piping to get my water line to that pole and to this pole. When I'm done with that, then I can go ahead and put a base on my my barbecuer, and then it'll be at least on a solid base, and I plan to secure it probably with a 2x4 behind it here, kind of like what you see back there. I got a 2x4. I'll secure it here. We got the hurricanes here in Florida, so I don't have to screw around with it later on. So I'm gonna have to move that barbecue out of the way and then dig that trench over again, and so I can get my piping in here. And it comes in from the middle of this coop here. Gotta be careful because I got my fence still on. Yeah, I know, girls, you want to get out. It's right through here. That's where my power and my water run. My water runs straight through there, all the way to that second J box, and then all the way to the back. That's where my water is running through. So that's installed. Let me shut this off here. Ground it. Ground my system. Yeah. I know. You're not gonna get out. You're not gonna get out. No. No, Mama said you're not getting out. Nope. Stand up there. Get over there. Get out later. So this is how my water system works. From here, it goes to that pole, and it goes to this pole. As you can see, there's some handles there. It goes upwards. So I got water up in the middle of this orchard, so it'll feeds to my yard, whatever yard I got left here. Then you can see it goes underground on both ends here. Goes back underground, and it actually feeds these pipes here. Right here, right here. There's another one right there. And then the other trees right here. The thing is, I lost 2 trees there, so I'm going to replace those. But overall, I had 8 trees. These are the trees that survived. And yeah, as you can see, I got water, the water pipes coming in through here. What I decided to do to keep these chickens cool during the summertime is run overhead piping. As you can see, that one right there. Same thing with this, on all these. So on top of that, if I don't want to run the overhead sprinkler, all of these have T's on here. So I can just take that cap off on this section, and then just water my orchard without having to water the entire top part of this. So it'll just lose the water right through here. Water my orchard, my trees directly. So that's the way all these are made up. And with that being said, when I'm losing these caps, take those caps off, I lose the water pressure up here. So there's no water coming out here. Everything's going out in the bottom here. So and I got these, like this one right here and that one. It's because I put fertilizer. I put fertilizer on there, and obviously the birds will want to eat the fertilizer. It's not good for them. And these ones right here, I put bricks so that way they can't get to the fertilizer. So that's what the bricks are on there for. Furthermore, when I run the water system here on the overhead part, they can cool off their feet, and they get underneath the, believe it or not, they get underneath the water, under the trees here, to cool themselves down. So it helps them stay cool when I'm watering my orchard either way. So it's a win-win type of deal. So I don't know, girls, you want to get out. Mama says not till afternoon. So they seem to be actually happy in here. There's enough room in here that now that the squirrels can't get in here, the hawks can't get in here, and bears are, I know I've seen them on camera at nighttime. They try to, you know, obviously scoping up the area, but I'm sure they've probably been hit by my electric fence. And I'm hoping that to replace my trees, the avocado trees right there, and there's another one right here. I'm gonna replace those, create more shade for the girls. I plan to move that a little bit, adjust that, get my watering system on these two poles, level out the grounds, and hopefully by next year my trees will be, I'll pay attention more to my trees because they're not producing nothing this year, literally nothing. Neglected them because of this project. The planting of the poles was a major challenge, but we got to plant them in here. So that's where I'm at. The containers here, I got these. I won't tell you what I got them. They're unique, so I had them special ordered. I guess you could say that. But they seem to be happy, and they're laying eggs in there throughout the day. And I had to paint them camouflage to help. They were black originally, to help it cool them off. The black color absorbs the heat throughout the day, and it just makes this a hot box. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at with this today. I still got to do some reinforcements on, you see the aluminum wires going through there? I still got to plan to add more support on this. I'm not done with this part yet. I just wanted to put everything together to keep the girls safe. And those zip ties that are tying all this together, they're the plastic one, vinyl ones, I guess you could say. But I bought some aluminum ones that should last a long time. So I plan to bump them again with the aluminum ones and reinforce that. Because I'm sure once we get the hurricanes, it's probably going to give way, or over time the heat's going to destroy them and they're going to start creating openings. So those are just more cosmetic deals where I can wait. And for this right here, this is where we decided to keep the water and the food in here. Make it easier. I don't want no more tarps because the tarps seem to be ripped off with the storms. But this was right against this back here, but I had to move this because there was ants all over the place. So I put a different type of container here and let the girls clean all this crap out of here with the ants. So I'm gonna plan to put this back against this area. It actually creates more room for them. But they seem to be happy. I literally saw watching from the house, which is right over there. Even though I wasn't letting them out, they seem to be, they got more room. Turn on the water system in the afternoon so they can cool down. But they're, at this point in time, I want to let them out because now we're getting insects, cockroaches and spiders, scorpions inside the house. It's because we got to keep contending here for the past, I want to say the past month. So my wife says not to let them out till 1 o'clock. So that way they can lay their eggs in here. Or if not, they won't be looking for eggs throughout the forest. So That's where she clipped up the wings yesterday, so I gotta pick those things up. Anyways, so my work, I'm gonna get started here to dig this up and get my water system from that junction box both ways, and then I can bury everything back again, create my base for my barbecue, secure it. That's what we at least I want to get done the day before the heat gets to me. So, anyways, the electric fence seems to be keeping everything safe and secure. Hopefully by next year, 2027, my garden will be flourishing because I plan to have a lot of my garden plants hanging off the poles. Get these pots out of here and give it more room.